Hey everybody, and welcome to the final season discussion of Better Call Saul, everybody's favorite show, finally wrapping up, and we're going to wrap up every single episode with you. I am Simian Slippin' Jimmy, joined as always by E-Rich McCoy.
That's right, Monkey. It's me.
And we also have special guest star, Florian Himzel.
Yep, finally here again after all these years of not being on kino. I'm sure everyone has totally missed me.
And from Breaking Bad himself, some know him as Flynn, some call him Walt Jr., I just call him late for dinner. That's right, it's Hartsy Protsy.
Thank you.
I should have said late for breakfast. What did you have for breakfast today, Hartsy?
Wow, this is real embarrassing. I had a muffin.
Okay, so you didn't have bacon that was ripped up into the shape of the number 50?
No, because I'm not 50.
Yeah, no turkey bacon to complain about?
No.
Well, enough about your great show. Let's talk about a new show that is almost old. That's right, Better Call Saul. The first 2 episodes of the final season aired last night. Oh man, I'd say there's so much to go into, but this is Better Call Saul pacing, so after 2.5 hours, we have maybe 20 minutes of content to dive into, but let's just go for it. Who has some opening thoughts?
I think this show looks as amazing as it ever has. There's a shot where...
But enough about Mrs. Kettleman, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. Monkey.
She's no Kim. I mean, this show single-handedly reminded me that women over 40 can be attractive, and that's only because of Kim.
There's so much to talk about with Kim. But yeah, the show looks great. There's a shot of a guy's hand, and there's a fly crawling all over it, and it starts out really zoomed in, and then it, drags back and you get to see more of it, and it looks fucking incredible. The show fucking rules. There's the bright colors of the opening here with all the ties being thrown around.
There's a scene where Hector is holding up his hand to shake Gus's hand, and Hector's hand is perfectly covering up half of Gus's face. You know, the show likes to jerk itself off a lot. But,
absolutely does. Absolutely.
It's kind of like Louis C.K. where we want to watch it jerk off.
I don't know, man. I see this ant, this establishing shot of the ant on the finger, and I just for the whole scene, I'm just thinking that ant is right there, guys. Aren't you paying attention to the ant?
Speaking of Hector. Did anyone else notice that he looks drastically different? It seems like a Fat Todd type situation. To me, he looked a bit off.
Everyone looks about 20 years older than they should be.
Yeah. It looks like Mike has aged 150 years in the past 2.
COVID was hard for Ehrmantraut, or whatever the fucking actor's name is.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the actor's name, is it?
I hope
the
not.
Character, yeah.
I wanted to look him up, but he's not in much cool stuff, I guess. Sadly.
Shut up! Shut your fucking mouth, Florian. He's in so much good shit.
What?
Fuck you. He was in The Expanse season 1. You fucking
nerdy shit. We're here to talk about some serious Chad jock shit like Better Call Saul season 6. Let's just run through the little plots we have dangled in front of us for 2.5 hours. Nacho, he's taking a vacation. He gets DoorDashed some food to his hotel room. He might have a stalker.
Might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nacho
Saul might have a stalker, apparently. They're filming him as if he's being watched. Who could that be, I wonder?
Kim is great, but Nacho's my favorite original character to Better Call Saul. Without a doubt.
Nacho's dead meat, right?
Well, we do have Mike going to Nacho's apartment to kick out his heroin junkie whores, which, at that point, what man would want to carry on living? He lost his poo-tang. What is even the point of life?
I think he's going to live. I think Nacho's going to make it.
I want him to live, but knowing how dark this whole universe gets, I'm sure he'll die.
Jesse was saved. He's basically like the Jesse of this season, of this show.
I guess, yeah. Because Jesse was not a bad guy who was caught up in bad situations, same as Nacho. He's not a genuinely bad guy. He's just caught up with really bad people.
Well, I think the show has finally figured out that the only way to have tension is to focus on the characters who do not appear in Breaking Bad. It's like they finally figured it out after 6 seasons that we don't know what happens to Nacho. So when we follow him in these death-defying situations where he's alone in Mexico and there are 3 different groups of people trying to find him to kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot more interesting than any time Jimmy was like lost in the desert or being threatened by a cartel member. Like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I know he's going to be fine. So at least Nacho gives us something.
I kind of disagree. Like the season 5 sequence when Lalo is in Jimmy's and Kim's apartment and he's threatening them, it was a really tense scene to me. Even though I know Jimmy makes it out alive, I'm like, whoa.
Well, at least that had intense. Kim in it, because we don't know what happens to Kim. My running theory is that after Kim showed Lalo that she knows so much about this stuff and she would be very good at helping him get away with it, very well could be Kim and Lalo have a love affair and run off together.
Oh,
that is
fuck.
my...
I think it's very possible Kim is like a big bad in this universe moving forward, and like Jimmy is just kind of distraught that she's moved past him.
You don't think she gets kidnapped by the cartel, kind of like how Jesse was, forced to work with them and cook their books, kind of like Skylar was, and future Jimmy, Gene, who does not appear in these episodes, maybe Gene will go full Scarface and take down Lalo and all the people. I mean, that would be a retarded ending, but I'm just trying to figure out where they're going with it.
Well, clearly we should focus on what we know, and what we know is that Jimmy has kept that stupid wine bottle thingy that Kimmy had, so clearly they're still close in some way, or at least he's still nostalgic. Maybe she's even alive, maybe they'll even pull some stupid nonsense where she's been pulling the threads behind Breaking Bad all along, you know?
She gave Walt cancer.
Yeah, perfect.
Kim invented meth.
It could be. Anything is possible. Although, was that a heartbreaking opening? Instead of seeing a future scene of Gene running around in the Cinnabon, we instead get to see all the feds taking all the shit out of Saul Goodman's home, which I personally, I mean, it's cool to see Saul's house. It was cool that Florian let them film in his bathroom with the golden toilet. What was that like, letting all those people into your home?
It was pretty intrusive, but it's worth it just for them to all see my castle, you know?
Yeah, your golden toilet.
Everyone must know. Yeah.
And you've got a hidden room behind a closet that has a bunch of monitors and a fucking chemical toilet. It's basically a bucket with a child-sized toilet seat on top of it. Was that also part of your home?
Yeah, I thought, like, which one of the secret rooms am I going to show them? It's like, probably that one. That one's the least damning, you know?
But
gotta have that one.
It's heartbreaking, not just because we don't get to see Gene, but also because that special, the lid to that bottle that Jimmy and Kimmy shared, I believe, around season 2. He held on to that keepsake for so long, but as they're moving all this stuff out, it just gets discarded and falls into the rainy gutter. Yeah. What does that have a poor
That's
sign?
What that was.
Yeah, is that a poor symbol for the future of Kimmy and Jimmy?
It's funny because literally a few minutes before the premiere started, I said, "Boy, I sure can't wait to see more of Gene." And then then that whole intro happened. But here's my theory on what's going to happen to Kim. And I know this isn't really a theory show. This is a reviewing.
Oh no, this is a theory show too.
All right, but. So here's what I think. I think something tragic is going to happen to Kim. Like, I really don't want it to happen, but I genuinely do think that it would make most sense for something tragic to happen to her.
I completely disagree with that. You can't have built up Kim as this huge character throughout all of these seasons of the show and then just say, oh, something tragic happened to her. I really do think that she's going to have like a bigger role like within the world that we had no idea about. She's just kind of moved beyond the kind of shit that we see in Breaking Bad.
Well, okay, so clearly what's going to happen is that she becomes like really big, but then she sacrifices herself to save Nacho, just like Walter did for Jesse. So that is how it's going to have to play out.
Kim's going to sacrifice herself for Nacho?
Yeah, she'll make it.
What the fuck does she care about Nacho?
She'll have all the money in the world, but then she somehow makes this unlikely friendship. And
no, I disagree. I think I want the ending to be Gene and Kim get together and they finally get a run off and have Slippin' Kimmy, Slippin' Jimmy love affair romance. Keep that marriage strong. But I think Kim is going down the dark path. It's fine to scam random people in a bar who are being obnoxious with their wealth because it's just an act of random scamming. But as soon as you start targeting a victim that IRL, somebody who you have real motivation or a motive really to target them and ruin their life, I think Kim is going too far, getting revenge on Howard Hamlin, and Kim is not long for a free life for long.
I think Kim might end up in a darker place than Saul has ever been, or Jimmy has ever been, because
women's prison is full of people with penises now. It's not safe.
Of course. But I think Kim is going way too far, further in some instances than Jimmy ever would. The whole idea to bring down Howard was something that Saul or Jimmy was originally opposed to, but then now he's playing along. So
he was doing a personal revenge tour, throwing bowling balls over his gate to destroy his car and stuff. But now Kim seems really dedicated to the cause, and you
Kim
can see
is
Jimmy
hell-bent on destroying him.
Yeah.
What has Howard even done? This is so unfair.
Well, Howard used to be Kim's boss, and she was not treated the best over at Hamlin McGill.
Oh yeah, I guess that's right. Okay,
Howard is.
I guess he has it coming.
He was a bit of an asshole, but he doesn't deserve to have his life torn apart, at all.
But this is, I think Kim is so fat. Kim is the runaway character from the show. I think we can all agree with that. Kim is such an interesting, because she still has this I'm a do-gooder. I'm in law to help people out. But I think that she's channeling all of her inherent rage or inherent feelings of being fucked over or looked over, and channeling it all on the kind of shit that Jimmy does, but Jimmy has kind of more of a small time focus. She's got more of a big time focus, and it's really interesting to see how she has really turned bad.
Yeah, I think Slippin' Jimmy might be the worst possible influence on her life, and that's what makes this love so tragic, is that he is probably going to ruin her.
I actually think it's going to be the other way around. I think Kim is going to go too far with her hijinks that she will be the one to ruin the relationship. The first episode is titled Wine and Roses, and that's a reference to a very old movie by the same name about a guy who gets his love interest into drinking alcohol. She was before very opposed to drinking alcohol. She was very straight edged. But after she got enticed into drinking alcohol, she became an avid alcoholic, and she destroyed the relationship after his influence. And I think that might be
Heartsy. That's a fucking 5-star insight right there. Holy shit.
Wow, I didn't even know. That's amazing.
Well, let's think about what we know about Kim's character, really, because she has been shown to be so dedicated to doing her job that she will put herself at severe risk and peril. If you recall, she was in a terrible car accident because she just was not sleeping. She just wanted to work 5 jobs at the same time. So if she brings that level of self-destructive dedication to this newfound passion of ruining Howard, I could see it going too far real quick.
Yes. But I'm so interested to see how it plays out. So interested.
I think she must have learned something from that car crash. She was clearly overdoing it, when it comes to her own mental health. But I guess she'll be dedicated anyways. I guess we'll see.
E-Rich, do you have any final thoughts on this great Kim analysis?
I don't think that something tragic per se will happen to her unless it's like something self-imposed, where she gets herself in too deep and ends up.
And she's trying to keep all the blood in her head.
Yeah.
Instead of going under.
Instead of going under.
Now, Florian, what did you think when Jimmy was pretending to be Jewish in the country club?
Oh, that was the biggest cringe ever. I bet.
Yeah, Florian's used to people who he talks to pretending that they're not Jewish so that he won't try to fuck with them.
No, I'm pretty sure I get people pretending to be Jewish so that they can say whatever they want.
So they can get a discount on Bullfrog?
Oh yeah, I guess I definitely have that discount. Yeah, sure.
So you did not like the scene when Jimmy pretends to be Jewish and he says, "Oh no, I get it. You were just following orders." Did that scene remind you of this podcast too much?
Yeah, maybe. No, it would have been. I feel it would have been better without the Jewish angle. I mean, like, really?
Of course you think that.
Like, nobody thinks that you're Jewish, Jimmy. Shut up.
I don't know. Walter White thought he was Jewish, and Saul had to explain to him he just does the Jewish thing for the kids, and that he's really an Irishman.
I guess I just don't know enough about Jews. Damn, I did totally.
Well, I mean, after you kill them all, it's kind of hard to learn.
Yeah, there aren't many left.
Nope. Unfortunately, it's so few.
Wow.
Yeah. Anything else from these 2 episodes? I feel like we're not really getting a whole lot out of them. Did they put you guys to sleep?
No, not
literally. Yes, it did put me to sleep.
Oh.
But it's mainly because I started watching it at like 1:30 in the morning.
You can't do that. No.
Yeah, and then I watched the second episode as I was driving to take a shower. So.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Wow. I'm bad by playing games at the same time, but you can crash and die.
Jesus Christ.
They did announce...
I'm bad, yeah.
On the Better Call Saul Twitter, before the premiere even came out like a week ago, they did announce that Jesse and Walt are coming back, which I found to be an absurd thing to post on social media, even though I guess it blew up a lot. Like, that was a really big tweet for them, but kind of also embarrassing.
Well, but you thought that they would be in the first 2 episodes, or somebody did.
I figured if they're going to spoil it before it even comes out, like, are they just going to appear in the premiere episodes? Like, why the fuck would you spoil something over a month in advance?
I hope it's because they're not a big deal in the show. It's just that they show up. And I would much rather they, like, tell us beforehand and kind of, like, set your expectations to what it will be, rather than being like, oh, can you believe Soy? Walt and Jesse showed up, Soy.
The last scene of the show will be Walter walking into Saul's office and saying, "I am Heisenberg and I am Breaking Bad."
No, I do think that we have to see how it plays out, but I do think they're making a mistake. With this show's pacing, we've now had over 6 seasons of a nice malaise, very slow. Let's have a full episode of Mike, like, fixing the safety regulations at this fucking warehouse. Like, we're gonna take it slow, but then in the final season, we're gonna have to somehow recap an entire different show's worth of events to have any of this ending make sense. And we're bringing in Jesse, who is now 48 years old. And he's going to be playing, like, season 1 Breaking Bad Jesse. Like, I don't know how they can do this without it being terrible.
I think they've already kind of done that with, like, the actors are way too old to be playing what should be younger versions of them. Like, no, I don't necessarily think bringing the main characters back is so bad because of their age. Also, Bryan Cranston probably looks fine. I guess.
He looks fine.
And I guess we don't even know. Maybe it'll be like a few years later even. Maybe there'll be another time skip and then they'll be more appropriately aged.
That would be even more absurd.
Monkey, what if the ghost of Walter White helps Gene escape?
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for Ghost Mike to come back too. and like Ghost Chuck. Walter. What if Ghost Chuck tells Jimmy, like, Saul, you're a disgrace to the law? That'd be pretty good.
Oh my god, the moment where Chuck died was probably like the best for this show. Oh my god. I
Did Chuck piss you off? Oh, yeah,
so
okay, that's what I
much.
thought.
I hated Chuck, but I still felt immense sympathy when his house burnt down and he died in a fire.
I hated Chuck, but he was a great like foil for Jimmy, I thought. So I enjoyed their tete-a-tete.
Well, I think that's when the show was best, and I feel like we might be a little bit negative. I think we're less excited after watching it than we were before watching this premiere. And really, some might say that the essence of the show died alongside Chuck. I'm just going to say I don't give a fuck about all this extra stuff with Gus. Like, I really don't care about Gus.
Yeah.
And this show they replaced Chuck with fucking Gus, and there's nothing new to tell with his character.
I think the game of the cat and mouse between Jimmy and Chuck was the highlight of the show, and after that,
It made
went
the show
away.
unique, and now it's like Breaking Bad light. And Gus is a fucking retard in this episode, saying, "Oh, Nacho is isolated in Mexico, and there's 3 different groups trying to kill him. How do we bring him home? I know. Let's kidnap his dad." Gus, what? Are you fucking retarded? Did you get, like, did the bomb explode early and only destroy part of your brain? What is going on? Like, Mike has to explain to him, no, that doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. It's pointless. How is he going to get here any faster if we kidnap his dad? How would we even communicate that to him? How is he going to cross the border and avoid the fucking Gestapo who are after him if we kidnap his dad? Did they ruin Gus? Is he even more ruined now?
I don't know. I like Gus a lot in Better Call Saul, and I like the whole cartel versus Gus plotline. Not as much as the Jimmy versus Chuck plotline.
But we
I still
already
like
know
it a
how
lot.
that plot line ends, so it's like we're gonna jump into this epic battle series and get a prequel where they also do epic battles, but it's like we already know that Gus wins over the cartel in the end.
No, I disagree. I think that the cartel and the Gus part is like way cooler than the stuff before.
Yeah, I do agree.
What the fuck is cool about it?
I agree with Mumkey. It's redundant. We've already seen most of this.
Yeah, they're literally just retelling what we learned in Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I actually rewatched all that stuff like a year ago, and I guess they do go into a lot of detail about that stuff in Breaking Bad, but it is, I mean, they're not telling the exact same story again. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
like
the
Lalo,
Breaking
he's a
Bad-
completely new antagonist to the series. We have
Lalo
no
is
idea where this
good.
story ends.
I'll watch
Yeah,
more
Lalo's
Lalo.
great.
It's Gus that sucks. And I don't want to shit on the actor, but I think he's the most overrated piece of shit actor possibly in history. He like,
Giancarlo?
whoever is playing fucking Gus, he's playing it up so.
Esposito.
It's the most Flanderized character assassination ever. Like, every single line of dialogue, he's going full autism mode, just trying to be as intense and calculated as possible. Just the most meticulously performed. I don't know. I find it to be like a parody of itself at this point with his Gus
Can somebody
performance.
explain what the deal with Lalo was in these episodes? Like, he found somebody who had a beard and it looked exactly like him when he shaved it off.
Yeah, so
right?
I think that he's one of his employees, and Lalo wants to fake his own death, so he's just finding a guy who kind of looks
But,
like him.
Did he have that guy like set up? Is that somebody that he like?
Well,
he knows he looks exactly like him.
He's somehow friends with these people because he's talking about sending like their child to the dentist
Yeah.
or something. So I'm guessing it was time for this family to cash out on Lalo's
Yeah,
generosity.
That's so odd that it's like you set somebody up who's going to be your body, and then you're like, all right, time to go.
Well, that's what makes Lalo a great villain in this show, much better than Gus, because he is ruthless and he is
I agree.
chaotically evil, and there's nothing he is not willing to do. There's nobody innocent in his eyes. Anybody who is between him and his goal is just gonna get fucking killed. So that's why I'm hoping he really gets tied into the Saul and Kim plot and we get some real drama out of that. Because Gus, we already know everything about Gus. We're not getting anything new out of that. Lalo, he's got some scary shit coming.
I do like Lalo overall. I think the actor is fucking fantastic. I think he's a bit too wild for me. I think like when he drops out of that or he jumps. Does he jump into that ceiling at one point?
Basically,
Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
we have a
He
shot
just
of him
does shit,
jumping
I'm like,
out of the ceiling. We
Is
don't know
that
how he got
possible?
in. I don't think so.
Like, occasionally he would do something and I'd be like,
fight.
what the actual fuck am I watching? Like,
Yeah, he
like
does
a
feel
cryptid.
like a superhuman person thrust into a mostly realistic world.
What,
I
like
do
the
like it
twins?
most of the time, but sometimes I'm just like, what is this show? What happened?
Yeah.
So the ceiling scene, was that in the last finale? Where
That
where
was
he
like
fighting?
2 seasons ago. That was
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he was
Season
first
4.
introduced, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's when he
I
was
don't remember
hunting
that.
down Mike on his journey to kill the German man.
Jesus. Oh, that Mike. Right, yeah.
Right.
Oh, wait, no.
It
Wait,
is
no,
weird
Florian,
that,
the German guy, yeah.
like, to have Chuck and Lalo be the two major villains of the same show is bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chuck is
Oh, yeah,
the
'cause
most
Chuck was
grounded,
already kinda
realistic,
like-
fucking, like, human character in the show, and then we have Lalo, he's almost like a cartoon character.
Yeah, yeah.
Was Chuck really a villain though? He was just like more of a.
He was definitely an antagonist. He was definitely like
Yeah.
a thing that was pushing Jimmy.
Well, you know that they have like lawful evil and like those
Yeah.
criteria. I think Chuck would be like lawful evil. Like he follows the law, but
No
he's an
way.
evil man.
Oh, he's lawful neutral.
No,
Lalo's chaotic evil.
go back to the scene when Jimmy's mom dies, and the last thing she says is, "Oh, Jimmy, where's Jimmy?" And then Jimmy comes back, and Chuck's like, "Oh yeah, she died. She didn't say
yeah.
anything." Fucking evil.
I mean,
evil.
The coldest moment is when he's when his last words to Jimmy were, "I've never really cared that much for you." That
Yeah.
was just so cold and heartless.
Damn.
Yeah, Chuck's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I love that though. I love how fucking.
Wait, I mean, I just said the show basically died with him, so I mean, I'm a big Chuck fan.
I agree with a lot of the stuff you're talking about with the cartel plot and Gus in particular, but I think that Kim stepping more into the forefront of the show has done amazing things for it. So
Yeah, we just need to fix the pacing issue, cut out all of the Gus bullshit.
Mumpy,
and-
they're not going to fix the pacing issue.
Well, they don't
at
have
the
much
very
time
end.
left, dude. There's fucking
Yeah, well,
there's like
that's what I'm
11
saying.
episodes left, and we have a lot to cover, so they need to hurry the fuck up.
I will say though, I'm glad that they put out 2 episodes to start, because if we were just watching the last 2 episodes week to week, I think we'd be like despairing.
Wow.
We'd be like, what even happened?
And they probably decided this is too slow even for us, you know?
I don't really see that big of an issue with the pacing. I know, like, that I'm the only one here that thinks that, but I actually really like the slow pace that's gone throughout all of these seasons. I think it's actually pretty.
The only thing that's wrong is that it's like hell to watch it when it comes out, but when you binge
that's the
it's
thing.
really good.
I agree with that. I think it works really well when you watch it all together, because you can just kind of like get to the next plot point on your own kind of pace. But yeah, when you have a whole week in between to figure out what did I just watch, what is it doing to move forward
And
the story,
when you
And
have
a lot of
several
times, especially-
years between
especially
seasons, not just a week.
Especially when we've got so much elements like Kim, where it's like, what is her deal? Why is she still like? It is painful. It is like pulling teeth to like just not feel like you've learned a lot or seen a lot happen. It adds up nicely, and I think a lot of the time the pacing does help the kind of like artistic merits of the show. It's just fucking killer to watch week to week.
Yeah, and I feel like if they keep this slow, artistic pacing, they're going to end up with like 2 or 3 episodes left of the show that needs to very rapidly answer a lot of mysteries.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll just have
Or they can.
a 3-hour episode and that'll wrap it all up. Who knows?
E-Rich,
Or they
what the
can
fuck
just-
are you doing? Stop banging your microphone around.
All right.
All right, Kazuya.
Or they can purposely
Now
leave a bunch of stuff vague. They could do that.
I would be pissed. Like,
I mean,
we really get a 3-hour montage of Jimmy making coffee, but you can't answer like basic questions that you set up in your universe.
The only thing I really want to see is how does Jimmy's and Kim's relationship fall apart? What happens to Nacho? How does Lalo get defeated? And what happened in the Gene timeline? And that's really all I want to know.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that they'll spin off the show again?
No, I severely
Love
actually.
that.
The actor of Gus did an interview recently where he said, "quote There's more of Gus to see in the future."
No, there's not.
Gus movie, a Gus series. Oh my god!
Like it was a super vague quote, and like people were talking about maybe there is going to be a Gus-centric spinoff. I really hope that doesn't happen. Really hope that doesn't happen.
They should do a young Gus, like young Sheldon.
Oh my god. I mean, Gus's actor is hoping and praying that they'll do more with Gus because he's a one-note actor. It's literally the only character he can play, so he's desperate. I've seen him in other shit. He's just playing Gus.
Yeah, it's true either way. There's more Gus to be seen anyways, just in other shows.
He should
He's not even
retire.
Gus. No, I love him. Keep him.
Gus in The Mandalorian, Gus in Far Cry 6,
Yeah.
Gus in...
Literally the same thing and everything. But I think we need to wrap this up with a little bit of actual predictions. Where do we see the show going? Do we actually believe Kim and Jimmy will end up together in the finale?
No. I do not see a happy ending for Jimmy. Like, I know this universe, and I don't think he can have a happy ending. I just genuinely don't think that.
Well, I demand one. I will throw my hat in the ring and say Jimmy and Kimmy will end up together in the end.
Do you think they'll be like 80 and they'll get back together?
No, I think Gene is going to be ready to take his life back into his own hands, and maybe him and Kim can run off, because there's a lot of suspicious stuff, like where Gene is living is in proximity to where Kim is even from, so maybe he followed her there. Who can say?
I think it will be a tragic ending for Gene, not for Kim. I think Gene is going to run into Kim in some way, and Kim is going to kill him or have him killed. And it'll be a tragic, like...
She'll be dating Howard, and he'll, like, see... He'll show up with a big bouquet of flowers and a box of chocolates, and then see Kim and Howard having a romantic dinner, and Gene's, like, all the light leaves his eyes, and he kind of drops it and walks away. Immediately goes to the suicide booth. Roll credits. Produced by Vince Gilligan. You know, bravo, Vince. That's the end.
The
Bravo,
ending
Vince.
is Jimmy's spirit meeting Chuck's spirit, and now Chuck can belittle him for all of the afterlife.
Yeah, no, Chuck is going to be like Mufasa in The Lion King, and he'll see like a giant Chuck head in the clouds giving him advice.
What's actually going to happen is that Jimmy dies, and then they just film Breaking Bad again, but it's all... That's the spin-off that's gonna happen. It's for sure. That's it. Yeah.
Well, who else do we expect to see in this final season? In previous seasons, we got to see Hank and Gomi. Love to see him back. I believe Hank did not even bother bringing back his old hairstyle. He just stayed whatever he was at the end of the show, which is funny. We know that Walt and Jesse, in some capacity, will be showing up. Are there any other Breaking Bad people we are expecting to pop
Badger
in?
and Skinny Pete have showed up, right?
They were in El Camino. I don't know about this show.
Yeah, they're in El Camino.
Okay.
Jimmy's gonna walk into a breakfast diner and meet Walter Jr.
Okay, is that your official prediction?
That's my official prediction. It's gonna happen.
Specifically a breakfast diner.
Yes.
Okay. But Walt Jr. would be like 11 years old.
I think we are going to see Skyler fuck Ted.
Oh, like full
my
graphic
God.
nudity?
Full penetration.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's going to be in the finale?
That'll be finale.
Actual
Yeah.
porno. Wow. Do you guys think that the vacuum repairs guy is gonna show up?
Literally
He's dead.
impossible.
Walter's dead.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
What?
Yeah, he just died like a year ago.
Oh no!
He died
maybe
before
they
El Camino
overfilled.
came out, I believe. I think that might be his final
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, I guess that's sad.
That might have
I
thrown
guess
a
they-
wrench
they
into
better-
Vince's grand plan.
Yeah, I
Vacuum
guess they better
repair guy
hurry up, you
died?
know?
The actor did, yeah. Robert something, right?
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
What's his name?
Robert Forster, is that his name?
Okay, yeah,
I don't
that
fucking
sounds
know.
right.
But maybe they'll CGI him. Maybe he'll be
I
like.
hope not.
like Mark
No.
Hamill and
What's gonna happen is they'll just call him, and then it'll just be his voice in a deep fake, and that's it.
They could do
How are
that.
they going to resolve that plot line? Because in the cold open of season 5, he calls vacuum repair guy. Gene does.
Yeah. I mean, they've done so much with him that they can just pull his voice from a different episode and nobody would notice or care. But yeah, he's definitely not appearing on screen. I don't think they would bring Robert Forrester back as a CGI abomination. I really hope not.
yeah, I really hope they don't either.
Well, anyways, I just want to say that, like, I really can't. The whole stuff that they did in the last season was also cool. Like, the whole desert stuff was just really
The Bagman episode?
Yeah, maybe.
Bagman's my favorite episode. I love that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys think that it's all pointless because it's Gus and it's Saul. Come on, it's great.
I like Saul and Jimmy and Kim. It's just so much Gus. Like, they really think the audience loves Gus and that we need to see every fucking second of his life. And he's just not interesting. He's the definition of a one-note character. I can't think of any depth that Gus has other than I want to get revenge for my gay boyfriend. And that is, like, it's not even really an element in this show.
I mean, the beauty of Gus was when he showed up, he would do something fucking insane, and he would have the fucking, like, steely glare, and
Yeah,
you
where's the
didn't know what
box
the fuck
cutter
was
moment
happening.
in this show?
I feel
Yeah.
like you guys may be in the minority of people who do not like Gus in this show. I think most people do like Gus and want to see more of him.
Well, I mean, I don't know if...
I hope so.
I hope people can understand that it literally makes me cringe to see this actor. I think the Gus guy is just
Ow.
getting worse. Just pay attention to when he speaks as Gus. Like, I can see the man giving a performance and not a fucking real, you know, I feel like Jimmy's a real person. Gus is an autistic man giving a performance.
Every
Did you not
time
like
Gus
when
isn't on screen, everyone should be asking, "Where is Gus?"
I mean, according to
Like when
Heartsy,
he
they
broke
are.
the glass, and then he picked up the shards of the glass with his hand. Did you not enjoy that scene?
No. I really
For
didn't.
what reason? Why did somebody explain to me what is
Get
like,
this
that
man a
he's, like,
broom.
willing to just pick up every individual piece of glass? Like that's just
So accurate, okay? He could never cut himself.
Why
It was-
does he want to kidnap Nacho's dad?
I
Heartsy.
think they just include that to show how evil he is. But
Walter
I don't
White
know.
is like telling Gus to his face, "I'm going to kill you," and the best Gus can do is say, "I will kill your infant daughter." But he doesn't do it. He's gonna kidnap Nacho's dad? He wouldn't even fucking kill Skylar.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's learned over the years, or maybe
Mike taught him well.
yeah.
It could
I mean,
be.
I don't know. He didn't even say anything. It was just like, wait, who did say it? I feel like the black guy said that they should get the dad.
No, it was Gus.
Oh, it was? Okay, well, never mind then. I guess he is evil. Well, we already knew
It's
that.
like stupid evil. Like, it literally accomplishes nothing. Nacho has every motivation to get away to begin with. You don't need to kidnap his dad. Like, whatever. I'm done. Do you guys have anything else about these premiere episodes? I don't want to go too long.
I kind of liked how it was a seamless transition between the two episodes. They aired it as one program instead of two separate episodes on AMC.
Yeah, I was just confused. I didn't know when one ended and one began.
Do you remember how in Breaking Bad they were so proud of the fact that they didn't need recap episodes because they trust everyone that that they're smart enough to know what happened, and now we're here and
We have
2 episodes.
that might just be the way you binge a show. Like, they cut out the recap, but most
Yeah.
of these shows have recaps at the beginning.
That's just like a that's just like
Bad
a
did?
Yeah, Breaking
that's just like
Bad.
an AMC thing.
Yeah, when it aired on AMC, they did.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Where they made a point of not having that in Breaking Bad. So if
Maybe not on Netflix, but watching it live, I believe it did.
oh wow, never mind then. Guess I was fundamentally wrong about this show.
That's fine. That's fine. Because we will be back next week to all still be fundamentally wrong about the show. I mean, at this rate, do we even want to review every episode, or should we wait for the season break? Because they're only doing like 6 before they take a couple months off.
I think we should. We can just do a short review, I guess, if we don't have anything to say.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I really hope they pick shit up if we're going to review every episode.
I really like this one shot that lingered for 5 minutes. It was really good.
Yeah. I also like that shot, Heartsy. That'll just be the entire episode we do.
You know what? I'm just glad that they tossed out that stupid bug that says best lawyer ever, and it's like evidence of a crime scene, and they were never smart enough to throw it out despite being a lawyer, you know?
Well, I think for them it's only been like a day.
Has it? Oh my god, maybe the pacing is awful.
Okay, well, for Better Call Kino, I have been Simian Jimmy.
I've been Erich.
Himsel Games on YouTube, everyone.
And I'm Hardly Brodsy, that's me.
And I got links to everybody in the description. We will be back next week for the fast-paced, rush hour hit show, Better Call Saul episode 3.